And it's great that we've made this time. For ourselves. Right now, I just want to be in this moment. Just to appreciate this moment. So as you breathe in, just really try to fill every cell of your body with that peace and love. And even feel your heartbeat slow down. Not stop, not stop, but slow down. And just try to get synchronized with the rhythm of your heartbeat. That is slow and steady. And now I would like you to just feel yourself from the tips of your toes. Just wriggle your toes. Give your toes some attention. Give the soles of your feet some attention. They hold you up every day. They are like the roots of the body. And then your legs. Just give some loving attention to your legs, the muscles, the bones, the blood, the veins. And then the bottom and the hips, the abdomen. And your back, the back that holds you up every day, not only physically, but literally. And your shoulders, all those shoulders, they carry so much responsibility. And so again, just some loving attention to the shoulders and the neck. And the face, the muscles of the face. So if you feel like you've got some stress or tension on the forehead, just let it go. Just relax the muscles on the forehead and really just let the jaw go. In case you're holding tightly to the jaw, you're clenching your teeth, just relax all the muscles on your face. And now the mind. Can we relax the muscles of the mind? So let's do that by just coming to one thought, one thought. And let's take up this thought of peace. So just say to yourself, I am peace. I am peace. I am peace. And just allow your whole aura to be filled with that peace. Just stay in that feeling. Thank you. So welcome to this evening's, what I'm calling a workshop, actually, because we're all going to do some work. So I'm going to put this on gallery mode, and whoever would like, please turn on your camera, because, I'd love to be talking to you. And also when we do the workshop, there's a feeling of, this connectedness. So yeah, whoever can, please, and that would be great. And if we find any movement in your camera, we will close the camera so others can concentrate. So let me say that I was inspired to do this topic because for myself, as I've been reflecting on what it means to look forward. But looking forward actually has two meanings, right? Looking forward means, well, I'm looking forward to something, which means that something is coming up, right? So one is looking forward as in time, I'm looking forward to it, but looking forward also means a certain sense of excitement, that I say, oh, I'm looking forward to 2021. So I don't know what you understood when I put the topic, because I was meaning more like looking forward to 2021, which is more good, more love, more whatever, freedom, movement, expression, whatever. And I wasn't just meaning that, looking forward in terms of, okay, what's going to happen. No, I want to really start this session by saying that we here are going to determine what our 2021 is going to be like. And those seeds we are going to plant here today. Okay, so when we say looking forward, it's like, wow, okay, amazing, this is coming. Because why? Because I've planted the seeds here and now. And once you plant a seed, you know that it's going to grow. How can it not, right? So this is really what I want to emphasize at the start. And what we're going to do is, of course, you always hear me sharing and talking, etc. But I want us to do a little bit of work, self-reflection, and then I'm going to ask you some catalyst questions which again is going to maybe provoke some, or stimulate some answers within you. And then what we're going to do is another little meditation. And then I'm going to explain to you what we will be doing tomorrow. Okay, so today is kind of also a preparation for tomorrow, which is why I keep saying that these 2 days should really come together. I mean, people can join tomorrow, but they won't have done this inner work and introspection. And also, I want you between today, tonight, and tomorrow to be also reflecting on some of the things that we're going to talk about. Okay. So, okay, let me talk about my year. So this past year has been unique, funny, strange, as it has been for all of us. So I started off in Cairo, where I went to do a little bit of what we call service. Service means just sharing my time with some of the friends, some of the brothers and sisters in Cairo. And then we started hearing of the pandemic, and my visa was running out, and I wasn't quite sure what I'm going to do. And then I decided to go to London because I'm also a British national. So it was easy to go there. There was no checking or anything like that, no quarantining. So a few of us decided that, okay, let me go to London. And initially we thought, right, all of us thought it's just 1 or 2 weeks, maybe a month. And then I ended up staying in London for about 5 months. And I was staying with a couple of angels, and it was lovely. There was nothing to worry about. And we were having a good time. And then, of course, Zoom started, and I started to get busy with Zoom. And actually, I was very busy. I mean, the angels can can tell you, because they were really my angel guides, helping me preparing and setting up and all that. So they were equally busy. So all of that was great. What I'm trying to say is, yes, lockdown started, but locked in also started. Yeah, lockdown started, but locked in meaning I was now also having to look at myself, because I myself was also in a different setting. And yes, initially I felt like, why am I here? Normally I'm kind of directing my own life. I know what I'm doing. And then it felt like I'm at the mercy of somebody. I felt like, I'm having to beg, I'm having to ask. And so I went through like a few days of feeling like I'm not in control of my life. Anyway, we got over that hurdle, and I let go. And I said, Aruna, there's nothing you can do. And there's nothing any of us could do, right? So I said, there's nothing you can do. And so I really just had to bite the bullet and just accept. I really just had to accept that this is what it is, I can't be there where I want to. I can't be in my space. I'm here. I'm in a way uninvited guest, to somebody's house. And I just had to accept. And of course, there's no fault on their part. They were very loving, very welcoming, very generous, absolutely no fault on their part. But inside, I was feeling, okay, got to move on, got to move on. But at the same time, couldn't move on, so had to just, settle in. And then time moved on, and anyway, then after that, I went to Turkey, because then I said, let me go to Turkey. Turkey was opened, and I said, I'm getting a bit closer to the Middle East. So then I went to Turkey, and again, a bit of more time for self-reflection. And then I came back to Kuwait. And all these places had lockdown, had, you had to be careful, you had to take all the precautions. Anyway, I cut all this story short by saying that, yes, I've been in different places despite the lockdown, but I've still had to do that inner work. And this is something we cannot run away from. So we might think that if we go here and there and, you know, escape from what we have to do, it's not the answer. And I have been doing the inner work for many, many years, but yet life always throws something back at you and shows you that there's always something more to look at, right? And learn and change and transform and adjust and accept and take risks as well. But that's fine. I think that then makes you the person that you are. So I've been looking back, like I've shared with you in brief, but I've also been looking back and trying to note down what are the lessons that I've been learning through this last year. And so this is the exercise actually that I want to begin with all of you. So what I'd like us to do, right? I did ask you to all bring some paper and pen. Yeah. So I hope you've all got that. And I'm going to I'm going to ask you now to draw. Okay. Okay. So I hope you can see the screen. Yeah. So what I'd like you to do for now is I'd like you to draw this chart. So there's two lines basically, one going from, you know, like a horizontal and then a vertical. So vertical and horizontal. Okay. And on the vertical, you will write experience. And on the horizontal, you will write time. And on the vertical, you will write 0 to 100, which is not percentage, but let's just call it some numeration to kind of gauge, okay, what is the level, what is the quality, the level, intensity, however you want to see it, but make sure it's the same word for all the experiences that you will define. So that is about experience, okay? Quality, value, intensity, whatever, but try to use the same gauge for each experience that we will define shortly, okay? And at the bottom, yeah, January, February, March, April, you can either put the months or you put the months as we go along, depending on which has been your important months. Okay, so January 2020 to December 2020. Okay. And so let me see if I can do something else. As well. Can we have some music as well? I'm not sure if I can do both. So if we just have some music in the background for a few minutes. Oops, 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 oops. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So what I'd like us to do, just take a minute, just put your pen down, okay? So I would like you to also just go back to January, February. Let's just take maybe the first 2-3 months. And I'd like you to just see where were you at with all of this in terms of COVID. Just one second. There's a technical thing with music and slideshow together. Okay. Let's see if it works. It works. If not, okay. So yeah, let's go back to January, February, March. And when we were kind of just discovering that this, you know, a nice thing is about to appear in our life. And what were the feelings at that time? And how would I say that I embraced it or resisted it? I don't want you to write anything now. I just want you to feel, try and get into the feelings of those moments. Maybe a sudden surge of responsibility that you had, maybe insecurities, maybe fear. As we started hearing and all these videos started circulating, as all the precautions started being spread. Let's just try to get into the feeling. And then let's move on. April, May, June. What were you doing during that time? Any kind of heightened experience, any kind of heightened feeling? Were you like giving up on making any plans? And let's come to July, August, September. And who were you surrounded with in July, August, September? Where were you? What were you doing? And what was the general feeling around you at that time? Was it getting better for you? Or was it still getting more apprehensive, uncertain? Okay, and let's come to October, November, December. That should be easier since it's just happened. So again, where were you? What were you doing? Any experience that you feel you can tap into that was significant? Okay, so when you're ready, I'd like you to take your pen and your paper or notebook, and all I want you to do really is, yeah, put a dot. Okay, so let's say January, nothing, but February, maybe there was some panic. Okay, so panic, maybe that meant fear, that meant uncertainty, whatever, whatever, as I said, a heightened experience of whatever sort. So between 0 and 100, you will see between 0 and 100, and you'll say, well, it was about 60% significant. And then you put February 60%, and you'll put a dot there, right? Like you do a graph. So just take some time now and go through January to December, putting some dots um, along that graph. And then later we will join those dots. Okay, so now you should have some dots on the graph. And I'd like you to connect these dots. So connect a line from each dot, okay? And this will be the magical moment now. And that is, what does your graph look like, right? You find it going up, you find it going down, you find it going up and down. Do you find it going straight, in a straight line? Anyway, just observe, yeah? Try to just observe and not react. Okay, so now you've got your graph, okay? And I'm going to move to the next slide. And here I've got a bunch of feelings. Of course, there's a lot more than this, but I would like you to, during those, as we said, prominent moments, what were you feeling? Now try to put one of these words next to those feelings. Because sometimes what happens is that we say, oh, I was feeling good, or I was feeling bad, or that was not good. But what was not good, you know? Why was it not good? What was it making me feel? So anyway, I'm going to continue talking while you also do that, okay, at the same time, just to guide you as well. So the point is that feelings are a real barometer of where we are at in life. I really feel that. And feelings actually guide us as to how we are feeling, whether I'm on the right track, whether I'm where I want to be, with the people I want to be or not be. And we seldom get in touch with our feelings. And most of the time, we just bury the feelings under the carpet. And we try to always feel okay, when we should really be feeling exhilarated and passionate and excited, and all of these, not just positive, but super positive feelings. So just again, try to tap into the feelings, and that will kind of give you a little bit of a taste about yourself, what feelings emerged. I mean, because this is a Zoom call and we're a bit far from each other, I don't really want you to go too much in like too deep. Like, I don't want you to become too sad. But I just need you to be aware. That's it. Just for the sake of this exercise. And the whole reason why we're doing this is because to know where we want to go, we need to know where we are coming from. And so our past or history has always shown us, right? Our past has always shown us, where to go or what to do or how to be. And that's the lessons that we are going to be, learning here. And as I said, it's not anything, like I also feel from my life, let me share that, every time I feel that something bad has happened, honestly speaking, there's always been something good that has come out of it. And even if, say, something now feels like it's bad, I just know that there's going to be some goodness coming out of it. It's going to make me stronger. It's going to make me firmer. It's something, or it'll make the relationship with this person maybe even better. So, knowing that there's always been good that's come out of, let's say, a negative feeling, know that even if you're feeling negative now, it's going to be a guiding light. for your future. And so just to see it, just to accept it, not to reject it, not to disown it, not to be in denial, but just to say, yeah, okay, I'm feeling sad. Okay, I'm feeling down. Okay, I'm feeling inadequate. It's okay. All right, just give you 1 or 2 moments for that. If anybody needs more time, you can always go back to it later and, have a look at it and add some more feelings to it. Okay. So now I'm going to put to you 10 points. Okay. Very simple slides, very simple points, which have helped me, right? So as I said, I was reflecting on some of the things that have helped me in this past year. So I'm just putting that to you, and maybe it might be helpful to you to think about, to practice, to be aware of. Okay, so number one is about really wanting nothing. And what I mean by that is to really try and live the moment, to appreciate what I have, but without wanting it any different. And wanting nothing also means to not have this inner race, this inner lust, this inner restlessness, to go after this and go after that and want that and want that. And that has really brought a lot of inner peace. Of course, I've been practicing this for many years, but consciously, really to not want anything from anyone, not to expect. I'm not saying I've mastered all these points, but I'm just sharing with you how I've started on it. And so, yeah, for example, wanting nothing means no expectation. And what I'd like you to do with this, again, as I speak, you can reflect for yourself. So, with wanting nothing, what I want you to do is I want you to see somebody in your life, whoever this person might be, that you find that you are expecting something from them. So try to identify, maybe, I'm sure there's one person that you feel that, oh, it would be nice if they did this, or it'd be nice if they did that. So just identify this person, okay, for yourself. And now I'd like you to pretend that this is a person that you're meeting for the first time. Okay, so here's this person you're expecting things from, whether at work, at home, wherever. And now, right now, in this moment, I want you to just pretend that you are meeting this person for the first time. And now that you're meeting this person for the first time, right? How does that change your thinking about them? This person is new into your life. And you don't really know much about them. And so you haven't set up your expectations yet. with this person, right? And so how do you behave? How do you interact with this person? Because every time we meet somebody new, there's always this nicety, right? There's always this friendliness, there's this trust. We just love without conditions. So let me now try to do that with this person, right? Even if this person is my child and I brought them up and I, trained them and given them so much, but no, right now, this is a new person in your life. And I want nothing from them. I'm just meeting them and I am actually giving them my divine company. This is the key. I'm giving them my divine company. If they like it, okay. If not, that's okay. But I want nothing from them. Okay. So just, write down whatever are your, thoughts around this, your feelings, the person, any realizations you have. I'll just give you a moment before we move to the next slide. Okay, let's move to the next point. Okay, so I'd like you to read this line, right? Tell me, well, don't have to tell me, but what do you read in this statement? So what did you read? Happiness is nowhere? Now here, yeah. Happiness is now here or happiness is nowhere? Happiness is now here, right? So I really want to talk about happiness, okay? And as I'm saying here, happiness is a state of mind. And we really do need to practice being happy. Really. We need to practice being happy. Now, you might say, well, if I'm not feeling happy, how can I be happy? Okay? But no, it's not like that. I really have to cultivate, I have to cultivate an attitude that I'm going to be happy no matter what. It is a practice, honestly. It is a practice you have to practice every day. So right now, I'd like you to just check, okay, reflect. What is it that takes away your happiness? And just write down a few points. I mean, maybe the weather, okay? Maybe the clouds take away your happiness, or maybe a traffic jam takes away your happiness, or maybe somebody you asked to do something and they didn't do it. That takes away your happiness. Maybe the leaves falling from the tree here, takes away your happiness. Whatever. Just take a moment now and just observe, what is it that takes away my happiness? Okay, maybe some of you have mastered this. Okay, maybe it doesn't really take away your happiness, but it disturbs your happiness. Okay? So what is that? What takes away your happiness? And you really have to wake up every morning till it becomes your nature. You really have to wake up every morning and say, you know what, I choose to be happy. Lately, we've been having some um, house repairs done. So someday they come, someday they don't come. Someday they come, they leave early. Someday they come at 3 o'clock. Um, there's no rhyme or reason why they do what they do. And of course, that disturbs our day. And but I keep saying, okay, I choose to be happy. I choose to be happy. Okay, let me just give you 1 or 2 moments to reflect on that. Okay, and just to finish off this point, I'd like you to just write down one point or one word which is going to help you stay happy. Okay, so in a way, like what is going to be your motivation to stay happy? Why should you stay happy? Just give this a little thought. Why is it important that I stay happy? See, I always say about happiness that really we shouldn't say I'm happy because. As spiritual beings, our happiness should come from inside. It's like we should have this well of happiness. This well of happiness should never run out. And what happens is, as soon as a situation happens outside, that becomes like a plug, right? It becomes like a plug in the sink. It plugs my happiness. But my happiness should be just constantly overflowing. And who can be happy? The one whose life is going well, the one whose life is going the way they want it to go. But okay, even if it's not going the way you want it to go, why does it disturb my happiness? Because happiness is a quality that I have inside of me, just like all the other virtues. So I can access it whenever I want, I can apply it whenever I want, right? And so it's overflowing all the time. I can turn on that tap. Okay, so just again start to feel the master of your life and say, yes, I'm going to turn on the tap to my happiness. Okay, let's move on. Oh yeah, just wanted to share that happy people focus on what they have, unhappy people focus on what is missing. And this is another very interesting statistic, that happy people are 31% more productive than unhappy people. Yeah, happy people are more productive. Yeah, when somebody's happy doing what they're doing, they create more, they produce more. Okay, let's move on to the third point, which is focus. So again, in life, I've been taught that I need to focus on what I want, right? We've all been taught that. So initially in our early days, we were taught, okay, focus on good school, good education, good job, blah, blah, blah. But I want us to focus on the inner world. And right now, I want you to really focus in on your life and ask yourself, what is really important to me? Just take a moment and ask yourself, what is really so important to me that I should be focusing on that? What is that? Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your diet and health. Maybe it's family and those relationships. Maybe your children are growing and they will leave home soon. Maybe you're at the point in your company where you need to put a bit more energy. Just see, what is it? What is it that you think you need to focus on more? And let me say that a lot of accidents and failures happen because we are not focusing. Every time there is an accident on the road, it's because we are not focusing. It means that our mind, our awareness is somewhere else, doing something else. And imagine how much we are missing because we are not focusing. So I'd like to quickly tell you this story. It's an experiment that was done many years ago in New York, some train station, subway station. And there was a violinist playing a violin. And he was playing some tunes, and of course it was a busy hour, like I think 9 to 11 or 8 to 10 something. It was the busiest time of the day, and he was busking. We call it busking, right? And he put his guitar open so people can throw in some money, and everybody just kept walking past him. And there was a child who tugged his mother and said, "Mom, let's listen to this." And then she stopped because of him. Anyway, after those 2 hours, he made something like $32. And this was like the world's number one violinist. And he was playing with a violin worth $4 million. And he was playing some of the most intricate tunes. And because everybody was so busy getting to work and doing this and that, they were not focused on what they were missing. And so in life too, what are we doing in life? It's like our body is driving to somewhere, but our mind is somewhere else, right? Or we're talking to somebody, but again, our awareness is somewhere else or with someone else. So we're not fully in alignment, we're not fully present. So again, just check yourself. For this, I'd like you to check, how can I just fine tune my focus? So what could I do for myself so that my mind and my body are both present together at the same time? So that I'm fully present and fully aware. And also, let me add, for this, you might just need to go a little slowly in case the mind is there and the body's there, and then you just need to catch both of them up with each other. This is really what I've been doing lately, is sometimes, especially like, say, even with all these lights and everything, like if we try to work too fast, you can make mistakes, something can fall or break. So especially when you're busy, or especially when you're stressed, you have to slow down and just say, okay, what am I doing now? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this meant to go here? And really just try to, yeah, as we're saying, focus. Okay, so how can you add more focus to your life? And again, however you understand focus for yourself, okay? Okay, next point. So next point is practice contentment. Okay, so before I speak, I'd like to ask you, how content are you? Okay, so on a gauge between 1 to 10, 10 being the most content, right? I'd like you to check, how content are you? Are you very, very, very content, right? Which is 10. Or are you slightly content, which is 1 or 2? Or are you okay content, which is like 4 or 5? Or kind of, greatly content, which is 6 or 7? Yeah, just see for yourself. How content are you? Okay, so for this, I'd like to say, again, from my experience, and I've said it a few times in my previous talks when I was in London, that because of the lockdown and because I didn't know where I was going and what I was doing, I literally went to London with 5 pairs of clothes and just the basic, right? Just like 1 suitcase worth of things. And of course, I had purchasing power. Like I could go out and buy this and this and this. It's not like I couldn't, but I chose to just manage with what I had. I might have bought a pair of trainers, but other than that, I really managed with what I had. And those few months, again, just taught me that really we can keep our life so simple by having just some things, few things, good things, nice things, and live with that. Because the more we have, the more we have to clean up, the more we have to wash and iron, the more we have to, adjust and move every time, we are shifting or whatever. So that's all okay, physical stuff. But now ask yourself, how content are you with your spiritual progress? How content are you with your, let's say, inner management, soul management? And how you can gauge this is, yes, am I in control when I want to be? Like, am I able to put the brake when I want to put the brake? Or I go to put the brake, but then there's an accident because the brake pads, have worn out because I haven't paid attention to the brake. So for me, contentment is not about physical, because I've been trying to have less and less and less over the years. But contentment is about, am I where I want to be in my spiritual practice? And am I giving that attention? And if I'm not giving that attention, then why not? Am I content with um, the blessings that I get from others? Or am I discontent because I don't get those blessings? We were discussing yesterday, a few of us, that birthdays, birthdays are always um, a gauge to see how have I treated other people. And if I've treated people nicely throughout the year, then yes, other people will give blessings from the heart to me. But if I have not treated people nicely, then they might just say, yes, happy birthday, but there won't be like a good wish or, a pure wish, a pure feeling coming my way. So whenever is your birthday, I don't know, but why don't we work towards doing the things that we love to do so that we can be content from inside? For me, the only thing that gives contentment is that I'm doing my spiritual work. Like I'm getting in my morning meditation, I'm doing my daily morning study, and in the day I'm trying to practice something divine. And if that kind of gets missed or put to the side or has less priority, then I lose contentment. Now, why is contentment important? Because it's again like happiness and contentment. When I'm at some, let's say, normal place, then I can bring about transformation. But if I'm not content, I'll always be trying to fill that hole. To be content, to be, oh, I need that, okay, then I will do that, you see? So I'm always postponing my transformation, or I'm always postponing my happiness, because I say, when I'm able to do morning meditation, then I'll do that, then I'll be that. So these words or feelings or states of being, we have to feel that we are there, like kind of almost there. And from that place, we can think of, doing other things. It's really like Maslow's hierarchy, where a person needs a certain amount to live before he can think of self-actualization. So it's the same here. It's like we need a certain amount of discipline in our daily life, so that then we can think, okay, now what other practice can I add to my life? You see? Okay, so that's about that, practice contentment. So ask yourself, how am I going to increase my contentment? Okay, next point. Okay, next point is self-appreciation. As you can see from the slide, mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm ugly, rotten, and ugly. I'm old, rotten, and ugly. So when I look at the mirror of the soul, okay, what am I experiencing? What am I appreciating? Now, again, I'm telling you, the negative self-talk will come and say, well, who do you think you are? What makes you think you're worth appreciating or valuing or whatever? So for this, I really need to focus in on my qualities. So right now, I'd like you to pick 5 qualities that come very natural to you, that you don't have to make any effort for. What are the 5 divine qualities that come very natural to you? Like, it could even be practices, let's say, okay, if not qualities. So, like caring is a quality, but caring is also, a practice. Like, it's easy for you to care for others. Like you're sitting to eat and somebody comes and it's easy for you to get up and get them a meal. Like that's caring. You gave up your own time, your own meal time to, cater to somebody else. This is caring, or being helpful, or being cooperative, or being kind, or being generous. You know, like the other day, I was asking somebody, "What's the recipe to this?" and "What do you use for this?" and she said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll bring all those ingredients for you." You know, and I thought, "Oh, great." Because I wanted to make something vegan, and where can I buy the vegan cheese and all this? So um, she just made my life easy. And that was very nice. She didn't have to do that, but she did it. And, she earned blessings. And I call her generous now, you know? So, like this, like what comes naturally to you? This is the question. Just take a moment. 5 qualities that come natural to you. Okay, and what I'd like you to do is write these down on some, not now, but later. Um, just write them down as qualities. Don't say, I am this or this is mine, or so you don't feel embarrassed if somebody sees it. But I'd like you, and it's a really nice practice, like put these 5 on some post-it note, okay? And and then put it on a few post-it notes, and then put them where you see it regularly. So maybe the bathroom mirror, maybe your steering wheel of the car or the dashboard, um, or maybe I don't know where you look at every day, where your clothes are. But just put them as 5 qualities. Nothing about I am this or these are mine or I'm so special or nothing like that. Okay, so because I know we can become quite conscious. We think, oh, if somebody sees, then they'll say, who do you think you are? And we can have extra waste thoughts like that. So just I want you to just keep reminding yourself that you are this naturally. And of course, we will make effort to imbibe other qualities, but I have to keep reminding myself that, these qualities come natural to me. I don't have to make any effort. And so, because of this, it's easy for me to be these qualities. And so, we believe, right, in this path of meditation, we believe that if we just keep focusing on the qualities, on the goodness, then they give birth to other qualities. That's why I'm not looking at anything negative. I don't want to focus on anything negative during this seminar, because we all have shortcomings, we all have weaknesses, but I don't want to give attention to that. We give attention to that anyway. We beat up on ourselves, we feel guilty, and we don't want to do that here. This is precious time together, and I want us to really zoom in on our strengths, on our qualities, and I'd really like you to give. And so let's start from today. Yeah. So between tonight and tomorrow, I'd like you to really zoom in on these 5 qualities and try to just remind yourself. You don't have to act upon them even consciously. Don't think, oh, I told Aruna this, and so tomorrow I'm going to. No, just keep them kind of there, in the back burner of your mind, and let them just keep coming to the foreground every now and again. Okay? And just keep yourself positive with these qualities. Okay, let's move on. A few more, and then time is going. Okay, so balance. So what I'd like to say about balance, I'll be very quick with this. Okay, so I just feel it is so important to be a balanced person. And that's really why I am who I am, because, like, I don't know, maybe people judge me for being spiritual, but, I'm also sporty. I also love fun. I love adventure. I mean, it's just so important um, to not be too rigid, in anything, but keep a balanced lifestyle. So I'd just like you to zoom in on your life and see where it is that maybe you need to bring a bit more balance into your life. So again, say with me, yeah, I can get quite serious, I can get quite task oriented. And then I have to lighten myself up, and I have to ease up, and I have to, make it into a game or a joke or whatever. So this is how I would need to balance my seriousness, right? So I want you to look at your life and see, okay, where is it that you need to maybe just alter or tweak some balance into your life, where you feel maybe you're a bit extreme in one direction, and you need to kind of just, wander off into the other every now and again. The other example I can give you is, like, I'm very fastidious about cleanliness. Okay, so this has to be clean, that has to be clean, this is dusty, the spoon has to be washed again, whatever. So then again, I have to lighten up, and I let go, and I say, okay, it's okay. I don't need to wash the cup again. I don't need to, like, we go off into extremes, and we need to come back to something where it's not causing us any stress, and just allow ourselves to be. So both, I want you to look at the physical, right? In terms of physical balance with food, diet, exercise, and I want you to look at the spiritual balance of adjusting with some quality or flexibility or some power, or uh, letting go, one of these mental exercises. Just take a moment with that. Okay. And I want to talk about will. Okay. And why I'm saying will, because I couldn't quite, I said, what is the one word that defines what I'm about to tell you? Okay. And the will is this willingness, right, to want to do. And because why I'm saying this is, you see, many times there's many things that we want to do, but then we don't have that willingness. Do you know what I mean? Like from inside, it's like a part of us wants to do it, but we don't want to do it enough. And so there isn't that inner will. So you can call it strength, you can call it passion, you can call it, that overwhelming drive to want to do it. And why this is important, I'll show you the next slide, okay? So why will is important is, see, if you have the capability and the focus, so capability is, okay, let's say you say, I want to become a millionaire. So that's your focus, I want to become a millionaire. And capability, yeah, you're young, you're active, you're smart, okay? But if you don't have the will, it won't happen. See, if you have the focus and capability, you could do it. And if you have capability and will, you may do it. But if you have all three, you will do it. You see? So back to even say exercise. I'm capable. I have an able body. I can go out for a walk every day. And then I focus on, okay, I want to lose, 10 kilos, let's say. I have the capability, I have the focus, but if I don't have the will, how is it going to happen? Or back to my spiritual practice. I want to meditate every day, but I don't have the will. Do you see? So this is why I'm saying the will, the willingness, I'm willing to do it. I want to do it. This part, we have to focus in a bit more in our life, because there's many things we want to do, but then there's no will. The will isn't strong enough. And I've seen many spiritual people, they say, yeah, this is really nice what you do. And, it's all wonderful and everything, but there's not the will to do it. Ritu, let me just finish and I'll take the questions. Yeah, otherwise I'll just lose my flow, and we're almost done. So I'll take your question in a minute. Okay, so for this, I'd like you to think about, where is it that I can create more will, okay, into my life? So maybe again, look at your life and see, where is it that many times you've said, oh, I'd love to do this, but then it didn't happen. Okay, so what was missing? And not just to focus in what's missing, but how can I create more willingness? And you may need to reflect on it tonight, because going forward in 2021, we need to cultivate more will to do the things we want to do. So I need to create more inner determination, inner stamina, and really like that oomph, that little final push to do what I want to do. And that is the will. Okay. And now, this is something I want you to think about between today and tomorrow, because it's kind of connected with your vision board. Okay. So the next 3 slides are really for you to think about between today and tomorrow. I mean, obviously other things are too, but this particularly. Okay, so number 8 slide, rewrite your script. Okay, so what I'd like you to do for this is not to rewrite your script, but there's a story that each one of us is telling ourselves every day. And each one of us is telling the story of, well, I'm good, or I'm so good, or, oh no, I possibly couldn't do that. I'm not capable. Like the other day, I asked somebody, I said, well, would you like to bake this cake for somebody's birthday? And she says, oh, I don't bake. I don't bake, you know. And she's very young. And I said, well, why can't you learn? Why can't you, look on a YouTube and, get a recipe? And you see, so we just write off things because we think, oh, I didn't do that, so I possibly can't do that. There was another incident with the flowers. I said, okay, who would like to do the flower arrangements? And nobody puts up their hand because everybody thinks I can't do the flowers. But why not? Like, can't we learn? So there's a story like this, where I'm using certain words every day in my life. I'm saying I can, I can't, I'm stupid, or I'm so good. The ego is like, well, I'm the best, I'm the smartest. Like, there's no one like me, right? So there's also this kind of language. So I want you to observe between today and tomorrow. Okay, what are the kinds of words that you find yourself using? And what is the script? What is the theme of your script in your life, right? Is it like Cinderella? Is it like, oh, poor me, I'm the only one doing stuff around here, nobody helps me? Or is it the savior? Oh, I'm here to help everybody else, I've come here to rescue everybody else. Is it the hero? Well, I'm the one that fixes everything, and I'm the hero. I should get the credit. So what is the script? Yeah, just give that a bit of thought. What is the storyline that you have been underlining every day? And sure, if it's working for you, fine. You don't need to change it, right? But if it's not been working for you, then we will need to change it. So when you do your vision board tomorrow, we will have to write a new script, right? For you. Okay, so I hope you all understand that. If not, I'm happy to clarify. Let me just finish. There's 2 more slides. Okay, and 9 is cultivating self-respect. And I'm saying self-respect because I just feel like everything is connected with self-respect. Over the years in my spiritual life, this is what I've noticed. That every day, if I'm not respecting myself, then really, nothing gets done and nothing will happen, and, nobody will respect me. So it's not just about my self-worth. That's not the only reason why I'm respecting myself, but it's to create that good karma with myself and to create that, good life for myself. And as people see that, then yeah, they will feel inspired as well. So it's for me to see how is it that I can create more self-respect, which also includes self-confidence. And it's not just physical confidence, honestly, it's spiritual self-confidence, which, as I've been trying to underline, only comes from doing a spiritual practice. So it's not confidence that, oh, see, I'm the CEO of this company, or see, I have like 3 master's degrees, or that's not the confidence I'm talking about. I'm talking about a deep-rooted spiritual confidence where I can, master my life. I can be in control. I know what to say, when not to say, where I can keep my heart open no matter what somebody said to me or done to me. I'm talking about this kind of confidence. Okay, so again, please, I want you to reflect on this between today and tomorrow. What is that quality of self-respect that you have and how to improve it? And the last is, of course, silence and meditation. And this is, and I've been actually learning as I write, as I, explore more about silence. I'm realizing that it's not just silence to run away from something. This is what the sages and saints of India were doing. They were running away from friends, family, because, they didn't want to, frankly speaking, they didn't want responsibility, right? And so they wanted just peace of mind. So they thought, okay, let me go to the jungles. And that's not the silence we want. It's not a silence where I'm running away to somewhere. But this is a silence, as I was sharing this morning, that it's a silence in which I trust that everything will go the way it's supposed to go. I'm silent because I trust the drama of life, and I don't want it any different. Because if I speak, if I want it different, then that means I'm not trusting the drama of life. You see? And in trusting the drama, I'm at peace, I'm content, I'm happy. And that's why I can be quiet and I can be silent. The mind is silent, right? Not restless, not peaceless, not wanting things to be any different. So again, I want you to see how is it that you can add a bit more silence time, but not just silence as in sitting in a corner, but just trying to be quiet, quiet time and meditation into your lives. Okay, so I'm conscious of the time. We have 2 minutes, and I think Ritu had a question. Yeah, would you like to ask your question? Are you muted? Can you speak? Yeah.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm really enjoying your session. My question is that I have the willpower, like I have the willingness to do. Like if I take example of doing meditation, I always think to get up early in the morning, like 2 a.m. and to do the meditation. I'm capable of also, doing meditation of different times, different types, whatever I want for that particular day. But where I see myself behind is the focus. So if I have the willingness to do and I'm capable of doing it, but I'm not focused because sometimes I sleep very late and I don't get up on time. So and then how to configure this focusedness so that the equation becomes good.
No, but see, you're misunderstanding that the the focus is there. That's what I'm telling you. That you have the focus, that you want to do it, but you're lacking the will. Because this is what I was trying to explain. If there is the will, then you will make it happen no matter what. So that's what you maybe look at that chart today, the capability, will, and focus. See, for all of us, it's not about focus, because what I mean about focus is we know that's what we want. And that's very clear to us. Okay? Or something simple like, I want a peaceful life. We know that's very simple, right? And clear. So, but the will is not happening. And so, obviously, I don't want it bad enough. Because if I really wanted it badly enough, let me give you an example of hunger, okay? When you are hungry, um, when you are really hungry, what do you have to do? You have to say to the people that are waiting for you or waiting for you to come to the meeting or whatever, and you have to say, you know what? I have to get a bite to eat. In other words, you need it badly, right? You need to eat, otherwise you're going to faint. And you've realized that. You've realized that your sugar's gone low and you're going to have to eat something. So it's the same concept here in terms of life. Like, I think we don't realize badly enough that I need to do this. Otherwise, really, things are going to get off track. But anyway, why don't you give it a bit more thought? And I'm going to leave more time for questions tomorrow. Okay, Rito, is that good enough? Okay, great. So if there's no other questions, then let me just tell you what Yeah, so for tomorrow, okay, I'd like all of you, right? It's going to be fun, and we're going to get the music and everything going as well tomorrow. Actually, this is a technical issue. You can't play the slideshow and the music on Zoom. Okay, so yeah, all of you, I'd like you to get for yourself like one of these foam boards, you know, this foam. So we have this lying around, and it could be any size really, but it should be a bit large so that you have lots of room to play. And if you know, don't have a foam board, you just get yourself some big paper, all right? Any paper, it's just with the foam board, everything stays together. And then just try and collect from home whatever you have, you know? So I have lots of little things like this, but I mean, that doesn't have to be this fancy, but just to give you an example. I don't know if you can see, like little things like this. Yeah, anything. See, I've got some fake dollars and some of this, sequences, happy faces, some of this, or you know, anything that you can. That's what I call mixed media. Anything that you can play with. Ribbons, yeah, you can use any different kinds of ribbons. Also this kind of sequences, okay, and any kind of crepe paper or tissue paper, like newspaper. So this is like wrapping paper, tissue paper, or even any wrapping paper, okay? And apart from that, any, as I said, magazines or anything like that. And this is just some like fake grass, like children can cut and play with it. And this is nice if you want to like create some kind of garden effect on your board or anything, okay? And of course, scissors and glue and everything. And I'm going to guide you through making your vision board tomorrow. But yeah, get some old newspapers, magazines, so then you can cut out some words from that. And maybe if you want to cut them out beforehand, that's also fine if you have time. If not, that's okay. We can do it together. But you need to be able to select, you know? So again, I'm going to take you through a little meditation. And then you're going to pick some words that you feel are appropriate. And then you're going to cut them out. And then we're going to make this board together. Okay? So any questions on any of that? Thank you, Harmony House. Yeah, we're doing all that. Right, she's written that on the board. Okay. All right, so if no questions, then I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let's just end. I'm just going to have a pause for 1 minute where we just sit in stillness, in silence, and just reflect on what you've heard, and just try and you know, go over it between now and tomorrow. Okay, and thank you for being great sports.